works with two groups. Please join me in welcoming Krista Sergi.
Gotta give me a second. So throughout the year, Hugsy students have heard a lot about the single story. If this term is new to you, it's a succinct name for a one-dimensional view of reality. To give you an example, it's a lot like when I tell people that I'm from New Jersey. And inevitably, I see a grimace or they tell me, "Oh, I'm sorry for you." Now, on the inside, I'm thinking about the one-floor log cabin I grew up in. But on the outside, I manage a laugh because I know full well that my state is being judged on the basis of one highway and one incredibly unfortunate reality TV show. So, as you can see, the single story represents a lack of truth. And here at Hugsy, whether it's through classes, forums with influential guest speakers such as Temple Grandin and Beverly Tatum, or just over a quick drink at Uno's, our students, faculty, and staff are challenging the single story every day by unearthing and teasing out those details and experiences that make a story true. I'd like you to take a moment and think about the single story you had of Harvard before you came here. Go ahead, I'll give you 5 seconds. Now, I'd like you to think if that story has changed, expanded, or reversed. Again, I'll give you 5 seconds. I know I certainly had a single story of Harvard before I came here. Besides thinking, "Are you sure you meant to accept me?" I remember thinking I would take classes in halls built in the 1600s while Milton was writing Paradise Lost, and working with professors who were the best in their field, and possibly rubbing shoulders with celebrities. But I was also scared. Scared of the students I would encounter here. Because my single story was that of elitism and cliquishness. A single story that I wasn't good enough. Now, in some ways, my story came true. The professors, they are the best in their field. And not only do we take classes with them, but we work side by side with them every day. And I got to sit 6 inches away from Josh Groban. 6 inches. And wait, is that Mike Bloomberg? Probably, it is Harvard after all. But in many ways, my single story was proven as it should be, lacking in detail. First of all, HGSE was not built in the 1600s while Milton was writing Paradise Lost. It was built in 1920, which is a little bit more like when F. Scott Fitzgerald was writing This Side of Paradise. Secondly, I was utterly transformed by the sheer thoughtfulness and brilliance of the faculty, staff, and especially my peers. Your stories, the ones about years of teaching in China or those few months at a tech startup, the ones about growing up in other countries and braving new worlds not once, but over and over again. The ones about starting a doctoral program and a family at the same time, or the ones about starting at a new school only to have it fail the following year. These are the stories of education. These are the threads that inform what we do and how we perform one of the most important jobs there is, the transference of knowledge. The fact that there are so many cohorts and cohorts within cohorts just goes to show how many stories of education there are. Now, there's a motto among some of the faculty members here that the work we do is identity work. I just didn't realize how much of that identity work would be our own. Some of us came here 6 and 5 years ago, 2 years ago, or just 9 months ago, not only with a single story of Harvard, but of ourselves. And today we leave knowing that every part of us, from the professional and learned educator, to, in my case, the girl who likes to run around her apartment singing songs from Disney's Frozen, is encapsulated within one evolving identity. And when we leave tomorrow, that identity is going to shift again. We're not just grad students anymore. We're Harvard graduates. And we have to face it. Some people, they're going to have a single story of us now. And while that might seem overwhelming or intimidating, try to look at it as both an asset and a privilege. This degree, this identity, is a key to opening up voices that have been locked away, and doors of opportunity that have been unjustly closed. Now finally, Harvard has made sure we have seen one word every single day. It's there when the shuttle goes by, it's there on the eyesight, it's there as you struggle to pull out your ID to get into government. That word is veritas, truth. As educators, we seek the truth of the whole story. And with our vast experiences and new knowledge and skills, we will continue that fight to leave no voice unheard and no story untold. Thank you.
Woo!
Krista, thanks very much, and not only just for sticking up for New Jersey. I want to present you with this plaque to commemorate the occasion, and thank you again.
Woo!
I'm now delighted to present